With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
It's the Smucker's Uncrustables podcast with your host, Uncrustables. Okay, today's guest is rough around the edges. Please welcome Crust.
Thanks for having me.
Today's topic, he's round with soft, pillowy bread.
Hey.
Filled with delicious PB&J.
Are you talking about yourself?
And you can take him anywhere.
Why'd you invite?
And we are out of time.
Are you really cutting me off?
Uncrustables are the best part of the sandwich. Sorry, Crust.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another JRPG report. My name is Dalton Suter, and not a ton of news, I'm not going to lie. It's almost like the gaming gods let me off a little bit because I've been dealing with a back injury, so there hasn't been too much, but I did put together a few that I thought were cool enough that I would get an episode out to all of you and kind of give you an update. I haven't forgotten about the show or anything. I've just been dealing with a hurt back to the point that I passed out for the first time ever because of the pain from it. So that's what's been going on around here. So apologies for the late report, but I do have a few things to tell all of you about. That includes Square Enix has revealed that Octopath Traveler 0 on PS5 and Xbox Series X will support up to 4K 120 frames per second, 1080p for the Series S, and the Switch 2 and PS4 versions will support up to 1080p 60 frames a second. PC will support 4K 120 frames a second, and Switch will support 720p 30 frames a second. And speaking of Octopath Traveler 0, they have released some more details on the story of revenge against those who have destroyed the protagonist's hometown. Let me tell you, I think we've had this conversation before. If you are in a hometown of a JRPG protagonist, you are doomed with a capital D-O-O-M like the game. Doomed. It never ends good for people who live in towns that JRPG protagonists are from. But anyway, it is set on the continent of Orstera, the world of the original Octopath Traveler. And Octopath Traveler 0 is a story of revenge and restoration surrounding the Divine Rings. This time, we will introduce the story of revenge against those who destroyed the protagonist's hometown, the travelers who would adventure together, as well as details about the protagonist's job, town building, and action skills. Having lost your hometown, you swear revenge against the three powers that control Orstera and embark on a journey. Along the way, you encounter those who resist their influence and gain new allies. What do you seek at Journey's End? Some of the characters that we will be finding in the game is Herminia, the covetous witch, a master of wealth, a witch with an all-consuming desire that has stained the town of Valora with darkness and depravity. Her learning of certain ring leads to a tragedy that befalls the protagonist's hometown. Titus, the hero, master of power, a quote-unquote hero who leads a band of former criminals and rules the town of Emberglow with an iron fist. He visits the protagonist's town to set it ablaze. Auguste, the playwright, the master of fame, the quote-unquote greatest playwright, renowned in the city of the arts, Theatropolis. That's a strange word to say. I'm going to say Theatropolis, but that's not how he would say it. Theatropolis. But anyway, I'm getting hung up on a word. He visits the protagonist's hometown in the midst of the tragedy and uses the frenzied people as inspiration for his work. Celsus, job, thief. Oh, I'm sorry. These are starting the companions for your adventure. Celsus, job, thief. A thief working as a bodyguard in Valor. His knife skills are second to none. He is extremely devout and prays every single day. Macy, job, apothecary. A traveling apothecary visiting Emberglow. She is generally easygoing, but becomes deadly serious when it comes to combating diseases, refusing to let matter drop until others understand that no illness can be taken lightly. Alexia, job, scholar. A scholar who is researching the magic of ancient civilizations. She has recently hit a dead end in her studies, but hopes that following the protagonist will lead her to a breakthrough. Viator, job, warrior. A warrior with a genteel demeanor. He is the son of a swordplay instructor and is searching for a certain sword, following a tradition passed down through his family for generations. Ludo, merchant. A renowned merchant in Sunshade, though many make light of him due to his youthful appearance, his business acumen is not to be underestimated. With his calm judgment and keen eye, he never misses even the smallest business opportunity. And now for some town building information. Let's rebuild our hometown together with our companion. As you rebuild the town, you can construct various facilities by building a hub where you can cook, fields, and a ranch for harvesting and gathering various materials, as well as a shop. You can expand your item lineup with information gathered on your travels and even obtain special trade goods. Each resident also has skills that are useful to the town, so be sure to assign them to the most suitable location. Oh, that sounds like it's gonna be such a time sink for me. Action skills are a new feature in this title. Mastery items can be obtained from time to time that allow for interchangeable skills that can be used in the action skill system. If you build a training ground in town, you can train your companions and master their skills and even equip them to other companions. Customize characters and make them uniquely your own. Powerful ultimate techniques appear in this game. Protagonists can learn these techniques as the story progresses, while other characters can learn them by training at the training ground. The ultimate technique gauge has several levels, and when it's filled to its maximum, the technique can be activated at its maximum effect, which is level 3. This is a new tactical element that adds to the break and boost system. And some additional customization options are available for the protagonist. As the story progresses, the protagonist can choose from one of 8 jobs to pursue: warrior, merchant, thief, apothecary, hunter, cleric, scholar, or dancer. There are different weapons and skills that you can use for each job, so you can choose one that fits and suits your playstyle. Or consider the balance with your companion's jobs. The choice is entirely up to you. Octopath Traveler 0 is due out for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Switch 2, PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC via Steam and Microsoft Store December 4th worldwide. Development on the third and final entry in the Final Fantasy VII Remake series and Kingdom Hearts 4 are, quote, progressing smoothly, creative director Tetsuya Nomura said during today's Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis 2nd Anniversary broadcast. Quote, right, so looking at the comments, I'm seeing people ask every so often about the third entry in the Final Fantasy VII Remake series, Nomura said. Apparently, co-director Toriyama mentioned in an interview that something might be released around the 2nd anniversary of Ever Crisis. So that's probably where those expectations are coming from, right? So things are progressing really smoothly. I can't really say any more. If I suddenly went, well, actually, everyone would be really surprised. So yeah, things are moving along really smoothly, and the release timing has already been decided. We're moving forward according to that schedule right now, so please rest assured and be patient. And this has also come up in the comments here and there, but Kingdom Hearts 4 is likewise steadily moving forward according to schedule, so please look forward to it. An official title, platforms, and release date for the third entry in the Final Fantasy VII Remake series has yet to have been announced. Kingdom Hearts 4, which was announced in April of 2022, my goodness, was it 2022? Wow. Shared new screenshots in May. Platforms and a release date, though, have yet to be announced. Publisher Square Enix and developer ArtDink Corporation have released new information and screenshots for Dragon Quest I and II HD-2D Remake, including scrolls and sigils, as well as 7 minutes of gameplay overview trailer, which, if you would like to check that out, go hit up their YouTube channel. When exploring the overworld and dungeons in Dragon Quest I and II HD-2D Remake, you will encounter monsters and launch into battle. Defeat monsters through turn-based combat battles familiar to the Dragon Quest series. In battle, you can use weapons, as well as spells and skills, with various effects to unleash a wide range of attacks. In Dragon Quest I, you will play as a single character, while in Dragon Quest II, you will play as a party of up to 4 characters as the story progresses. Each character has different spells and skills, so try to take advantage of their unique characteristics in battle. In this game, you can learn additional spells and skills by using a new item called Scrolls. The 5 sigils that appeared in the original Dragon Quest II, which hold the powers of the Sun, Star, Moon, Water, and Soul, return in Dragon Quest I and II HD-2D Remake. In this game, you will collect the 5 sigils throughout Dragon Quest I and Dragon Quest II. That's cool. Furthermore, if you have a sigil, it will have various effects during battle when certain conditions are met. Each sigil has a different effect, so let's take a look at some of them, shall we? When the sigil mark appears, the effect is activated. With the Sun sigil, some special abilities will deal critical damage. In Dragon Quest II, you must find the 5 sigils to defeat Hargon, the evil high priest who summons all enemy monsters. If you have the Moon spell, some spells will act unpredictably. When you have the Soul sigil, certain abilities and spells will change during battle if specific conditions are met. Use these powerful souped up skills to defeat your enemies. For example, Dragon Slash gets upgraded to an even more powerful double Dragon Slash. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD-2D Remake is due out for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Switch 2, Switch, and PC via Steam and Microsoft Store on October 30th. Bandai Namco have announced that they have launched digital pre-orders for Tales of Xillia Remastered. The upcoming remaster should now be available to pre-order on the respective online storefronts of the PlayStation 5's PlayStation Store, the Nintendo Switch's Nintendo eShop, the Xbox's Microsoft Store, and PC via Steam. In addition, the company has uploaded a new Japanese commercial that features the game's theme song, Progress, by Ayumi Hamasaki, which also featured in the original PS3 release. Bandai Namco also teased that they will publish the remaster's opening movie Monday, September 8th. You can find the new commercial video, I believe, on their YouTube channel. Tales of Xillia Remastered will be available worldwide. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam, October 31st. Man, the end of October is loaded. My goodness. Square Enix have opened a new webpage for their upcoming appearances at Tokyo Game Show 2025. That's what we're all waiting for, right? Oh, I can't wait to hear what comes out of TGS this year. The main page is available not only in Japanese, but also in English. The company has also put up a separate webpage for their goods shop at the merchandise booth in Makuhari Messe. Just like prior years, Square Enix will bring in a rather large lineup of games, with a majority of them also having playable demos at the convention itself. Most of them will also be RPGs, with an exception in Killer Inn, the online multiplayer werewolf action game slated to appear on PC via Steam. And it looks like if the title is bolded, okay, so I'll point out which ones will have demos to you guys. If not that any of us will be going, but just in case you are. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD-2D Remake will be there and have a demo. Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evil East Chronicles will be there and have a demo. Octopath Traveler 0 will be there but will not have a demo. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade for the Switch 2, Xbox Series, and the PC versions will be there and have demos. The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales will be there and have a demo. Killer Inn will be there and have a demo. Dragon Quest X Online. So Dragon Quest X Online, not going to have a demo there, but will be there. Man, I really wish they would bring that game over here. Don't y'all? I would love a Dragon Quest MMO. I've played Final Fantasy MMOs for years. Give me a Dragon Quest MMO. Final Fantasy XIV, speaking of, will be there. Dragon Quest III HD-2D Remake will be there with a demo. And the existing demo at Family Game Park. Magic the Gathering, Final Fantasy collaboration, and Final Fantasy trading card game. So that's going to be pretty interesting to hear what's going on there. And the last story that I have for you this episode is publisher Koei Tecmo and developer Gust have released the story trailer and new screenshots for Atelier Resleriana, The Red Alchemist, and The White Guardian, as well as announced the opening of digital pre-orders. In Atelier Resleriana, The Red Alchemist, and The White Guardian, players follow Rias Edris and Slade Klaustier as they explore the mysterious ruins near their hometown of Halfin. Upon discovering these ruins, Slade's Geist Core reacts, opening a passage to an alchemist's atelier filled with secrets that the two protagonists will attempt to unravel. After discovering the power of Slade's Geist Core can open gateways to new dimensions known as dimensional paths, Rias and Slade find a pedestal with strange texts written in an unknown language that must be deciphered in order to uncover the secrets of the atelier and restore Halfin. In addition to the traditional gameplay loop Atelier fans know and love, players will experience a new system centered around the main story progression and restoration of the town. Oh my goodness, another town builder. I'm in. I love town building. If you don't know that about me, ladies and gentlemen, I love town building. By visiting the town hall Star Landing, users will be able to invest the money they earn by completing requests and selling items in Rias' shop in the 5 districts composing Halfin. As the districts develop, their level and rank will increase, gradually unlocking various passive benefits, such as new products in the merchant's stock or a more effective gathering. Alongside Rias' shop, operated by the players, new shops will open in the different districts, each selling various products depending on the district they are located in, where specific ingredients and new recipes can be acquired. The appearance of Halfin will evolve as it is rebuilt, depending on the investment rank in each district, and inhabitants will give players new quests while new visitors wander the streets. Among these new visitors, players will encounter characters well known from previous Atelier titles such as Marie, Maruru, Firis, and Placha. By talking to these characters, players will trigger short events and unlock bond quests. Players can also receive requests at the town hall. Completing these bond quests will provide users with various precious rewards. Aside from the standard version of the game, the Digital Deluxe Edition is also available for pre-order, which includes the base game, a selection of costumes for playable characters, and a pack of items. The Season Pass will feature a selection of extra background soundtracks, the heroines of Atelier Resleriana, Forgotten Alchemy, and the Polar Knight Liberator as playable characters, additional dimensional path dungeons with high difficulty, a costume pack for Rias and Slade inspired by the recently released Atelier Yumia, Alchemist of Memories in the Envisioned Land. These games name their games like Fall Out Boy used to name their songs. My goodness. I kind of dig it though. As well as additional ingredients and items for synthesis and items and equipment for combat. Everyone who purchases either a physical or digital edition up to the first 2 weeks after the release will receive the Activewear Adventuring Set for Rias and Slade and the Adventuring Charm Set as an early purchase bonus. And if you would like to check out the trailer, it is over on their YouTube channel. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you this episode. I'm sorry it couldn't be more, and I apologize again for it taking some time for one to come out, but there hasn't been a lot of news, and I've been laid up in bed. So it's been a rough go of it, but things are looking up. We're getting better. I can walk again, so that's good. So check us out over on Twitter at JRPG Report. Check us out on Blue Sky. It's this under the same name. Over on Patreon, if you would like to support the channel, it means the world to me and helps me out with bills and such. Patreon.com/JRPG Report. Capital J, capital R, capital P, capital G, capital R. Yeah. Anyways, if you would like to, you can donate money and you will get your name read on each and every episode like these wonderful people. Jake W., Jordan K., Kularian, Logan Joreid, and Be the Knight. You all are incredible folks, and you're appreciated very, very much. Check us out over on the Steam Machine Podcast, a bi-weekly PC gaming show where me and a couple of my buddies play some games in our backlog and chat about them for a while. Our last episode was on a game called Elite Dangerous, which was pretty interesting. And our next game is going to be Dave the Diver before we start diving into some spooky games for spooky season. It's going to be fun, man. Check us out over there. I love you all. Thank you very, very much for listening. I hope the next report will come sooner. And let's cross our fingers that my back stays healthy. And I cross my fingers that you all stay healthy. And you have a wonderful day when you're listening to this. And you just need to remember, don't forget, get back out there and level up.